Live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the life and times of Tyrone E. Wilson. We're talking Ready to Love Detroit, Ep06, titled The Diddy Pose. And we got my main man, P.O. back. What's good, brother?
What's goody, man? Back, glad to be back with y'all good folks. We got
sure.
Lex in the building. Yes.
Hey, Paul.
What's going on with you?
Nothing. Nice to see you. Your fans was asking about you.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
For sure. How you doing, Lex?
You know, I'm here. I showed up because I thought you was gonna be by yourself. I be forgetting about Tuesday. I'm like, damn it. And we live, so I can't,
Nah, I got you.
It's been a lot.
We used to your car chronicles.
It's been a lot. Like, I don't know if you've seen the group with the Darius and the ex-girlfriend and the foxes and the minks and all type of animals running through the group.
Wait a minute. What? Yeah. Okay, so I missed a whole lot. I mean, I gotta get
missed this group. Yeah, the group convo stuff.
You missed a lot.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a. Woo! Darius is definitely gonna go down in Ready to Love history.
Guess what? I mean, I don't know. I gotta get caught up on that.
So, have you been watching the show?
I have. Yes, I did. Yep.
Okay. Well, Darius is the one that be wearing the minks and the furs and stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Detroit, right? So he has she says she's an ex-wife, ex-girlfriend. I don't really know. He says no, she says yes. I have actually been talking to both of them, trying to find some kind of resolve, because it's been happening for a minute. It's been, even before she got to the group, it was like on other websites and stuff like that. It started with the things, are we dating the same man type thing?
Oh, yeah.
So it started with that. Like, I think, are we dating the same guy in Detroit? And everybody in Detroit ran in and was talking about him, because I'm guessing he's pretty popular over there. So it all started with that. And then she has a story, she's calling some domestic violence down on him. And she said there's another person and stuff. He says no. His friends, he got a lot of friends and a lot of fans and people that love him, and they like no. So I don't even know. But I know I ain't getting paid for none of that.
Dang. Yo, thanks for the love. I'm glad to be back. Thanks, everybody, for the warm welcome. Appreciate it.
P.O., what's your thoughts on the show so far?
So, I mean, some of the things that I have, like, what's his name? Bello or whatever. What's his name?
Yeah.
I feel like, he's showing up to be too good of a guy. Closer towards the end, they probably going to unveil some stuff.
Yeah, he's not fooling nobody.
Yeah, they get ready to trash him.
Yeah.
But I think the show, is entertaining. It seems like they're doing a little bit better, kind of, with the format, but it's a lot better than Philly.
Okay. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, the fans, they did not care what we were saying last week. They like, where Paul at?
Right.
Where Paul? We need Paul on this thing, cause whatever y'all talking about, we ain't trying to hear it. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, are we talking? I'm mid sentence. They was cutting us off like, yeah, all right.
Let's show this clip of the previous week so everybody can get caught up real quick. And then
previously on Ready to Love, I am hosting a throwback 70s Motown dance party.
We never
Late. One of you will be going home tonight.
Oh.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
It's a little distracting, actually.
My connection with Devon has blossomed. I like it.
Sometimes I just look at you, I'm like, you look good.
Really?
And that's not game. You know what that is?
What?
That's gospel.
I believe our misalignment is Jesus. There's a stalemate when it comes to religion.
We may not be on one accord with that.
Donna's a no-go.
If you can't take care of me as well as my daddy take care of my mama for 39 years, I don't want it.
Christina, all you trying to do is get paid.
The person who will be going home is...
Yeah. And so, y'all know they left it on the cliffhanger. Which means that we got to start this week with the women's elimination in Christina and Donna. And I do have the clip for that if y'all want to see that.
That's all it.
Yay, nay?
No. It ain't necessary.
So they got the women's elimination, and Christina ends up being the one getting sent home. And seemed like she took it well. Right? I did notice some things in the elimination. I don't know if it was the way that it was edited, but I did capture some clips of people's expressions during the elimination. And I was like, are y'all laughing? Like, are y'all smiling and happy that Christina was the one that got eliminated? Y'all let me know what y'all think. So
like on some real shit. Like we really was surprised. Like really though.
No, I mean we wasn't surprised, but some of the ladies looked like they were happy.
Happy? You felt
the audience. I'm talking about some of the ladies.
I mean,
like that look says, yeah, you had it coming to you.
But then what got me was this image where Christina's still there. So I'm thinking maybe Tommy has said something funny at this time, and it's not necessarily because she got eliminated. Because this is the order. Like she gets eliminated, she walks off, and then they have like some more group shots. But they're talking about the elimination. But then they show Christina again after she walked off. So they need to fix that. Because that's clearly her. So yeah, just me seeing Vince look like he happy that Donna wasn't eliminated. Yeah, what y'all think?
So, I mean, when you look at what's her face, Christina, I mean, she had it coming to her. Like, the thing is this is what I don't understand about women, and I mean, I don't know. They will say if a man doesn't do something that they asked them to do financially, they'll call him broke. But you're the person that's begging the man and you're asking the man to do something. So what does that say about you? Right? And so, in general, men, we might be out to do whatever. Like we could probably do way more than back massages, or maybe more than paying a mortgage or whatever. But we don't want to be told that that's what we got to do. And regardless, like it's not a money thing, it's a respect thing. And you're not going to, demasculate or, try to take my manhood away from me by bossing up and telling me what the fuck to do. And, I mean, so you had a lot of men in there.
I'm just kidding. It's been 1 minute. And I got to put this up. Already, go ahead.
Hey, I'm going to give it to you straight, And I mean, men, the men probably felt that same energy like, yo, you're not going to sit here and tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I feel like I need to do. And it is what it is. And I don't know, what world she's been in, or what they do in Detroit. I don't know how that goes. You ain't gonna come out here out this way, and that ain't gonna fly. People are gonna put you in your place when you start demanding. Like, you can have whatever you want, but once you start demanding, it's over.
So wait, what were you saying is the demand?
She was demanding money from these men. Like, you gonna have to show me with your wallet how you can, how you can love me. And like, you can't tell a well-to-do person or somebody that is not afraid to be alone. You can't talk to somebody like that. Now, if you're talking to somebody that ain't never had a girlfriend or don't have a chance in hell of being with somebody, yeah, they're gonna throw the wallet at you, gonna do whatever they want. But you can't tell like a regular man, that has normal self-esteem about himself to do these things and he listen to you. Because, and no disrespect to women, but if you following a woman's lead, you're not being a real man. And where she go, you go. And I don't want to go to the places where women go.
Listen, yesterday I heard a man on a podcast say clock it, and it was funny because he was doing it with a woman and she said it, and I don't know if she told him to say it, but he said it, and I'm like, why would you say that? So you definitely right. A man should not be following a woman because they will have you down that rabbit hole looking stupid by yourself.
I hear what you're saying. This is just me being devil's advocate just for a little bit.
Well, of course.
So we know, like, almost every season, we always talk about how women should demand more from the men. And it seems as though whenever a woman on the show, and she wasn't the only one, talks about being able to provide, and when she mentions her expectations, because it happened to Corvea in Miami, they get vilified and they start thinking that the woman's a gold digger. So my question is, what is the right way to say what your expectations are as a woman when it comes to providing?
You shouldn't say shit. You should let the man do it. And if he doesn't do it, then you move on. Don't say nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I agree with that, because what happens is it's not even in the execution of talking about or telling me what it is that you want me to do. It's the feeling that I'm going to get because you're telling me what to do. You understand? And I mean, some men don't like to be told what to do by a woman, period. So much so that they change the voice on their navigation to a man so they don't have to listen to a woman.
Oh, wow. No. I agree. I agree. I feel like it's just, I don't want to say just like a strip club, but if you move me, I have no problem rewarding that.
But see, that's the funny thing. I think that's where everybody fails. Like, you got all these people that's on Instagram right now that's telling everybody, sprinkle, make sure you get your stuff, this and the other. But see, it's a flip side to that, right? And let me see if I can break it down for you guys real quick. So what happened is you had a lot of women that's out here, and I'm straight up, so I just gotta talk it. I can't even sugarcoat the shit. So they ran through, right? So what happened is they kind of get ran through. So I told you there's two types of whores. You got the whores that they intentionally be whores, and then you got the ones that it be like, oops, oh shit, I done got all these bodies because I was trying to find the right man, instead of her stopping and fixing herself and looking into herself like, damn, why the last two ain't stay? You know what I mean? So, but she keep collecting bodies thinking that it's the men and not herself, right? So you have the intentional whore and the unintentional whore, right? So what happened is, at the end of the day, they both still be hurt and be upset or whatever. So then you got these women now where they like, girl, well, you could give money. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that man give you money, because the money now is supposed to give you value. The value that you didn't see in yourself, the value that, you don't think you really have, but now you're trying to get it from his pocket. So the women now that come forth and they ask for the money, they telling on themselves, because really and truly, that really means that you don't think you got the value. You don't think he's going to see your value, and you want to make sure that he sees it by making it a transaction, right? As opposed to the woman now who actually has the value, she's sitting there and she's chilling because she know that either way it's going to come to her. So even if you get a guy that might not have it or might can't do it or don't want to do it, you just know, you just move on. But these girls, they so busy, they quick and they fucking, and you know what I mean? So they just want to hurry up and get everything out the way. So it's like, hey, how about you invest in me so we can go ahead and we can do da. You know what I mean? Instead of just taking your time, building a relationship, getting to know each other, see the effort that the man has actually put forth, because that's how you will know the real value. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know.
And I mean, and then just to go over top of that is when I heard her demanding all of these things from the men, she never once mentioned what she was given in return for that. Right. And so when a woman asks you for money and asks you for these things, and don't disclose the value that you're going to get from doing those things, other than the fact that I get to look at you and call your phone, what's the incentive for me to do that?
She already said it. She said it when she was talking to the guy. She was talking to Vince, I think his name is, and she was like, hey, you know, you get that, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't see all of this. Like, that's what she was saying. Like, you don't see this. This is prime rib right here.
I mean,
so that was her saying it.
So it was a transaction of you gonna get, like, so basically, I get it. Yeah, no, just a no.
You have the luxury of being in my presence. You have the luxury of having me on your arm and all of that stuff. But see, the thing that they don't really understand is that if you got 10 men, 8 men, 7 men in one room that can say that they hit you, there's no value. It don't matter how much he paying you, what he pay for a massage, it could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? You could put on all the pretty dresses. If everybody is like, oh, I had that. Oh, she sucked my dick. Oh, this, that. Your value is out the window. So it don't even matter. You can't put a price tag on some used shit.
Right. And we got Fernando. Which part of the world might you be in today?
What's up, fam? What's up with you? We'll stop here and say hello.
Damn, Lex said the whole facts matter.
I mean, but am I lying though?
No,
y'all always have me out here on these branches. Am I lying?
No. I mean, I agree with you 100%. And the thing is this, like, the moment when women start to become transactional in that way, that just devalues everything that she says to me as a person. I'm just saying, because realistically, like I said, why do you want to take a lollipop, right, when you can have a 3 or 4, 5 course meal or whatever, and you can have that daily if you play your cards right. So in other words, you just gonna come in and you just want to get what you can get real quick and move on to the next. But
you want the real?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna tell you the real answer is because there's no value there, and she know that there's no value there.
You know, I pray that my daughters never did nothing stupid like that. Like, I raised them to value themselves, and not what a man can do or whatever, but what a man can bring in terms of value, and how can he support you and lift you up as a woman, and not the wallet or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some conversations and heard some conversations with women, when they have that expectation, especially when it comes to money or material things, and they'll say, like, a dude would have to pay me or he would have to spend that bread. And then one of my follow-up questions would be like, how much? Because that let me know what she would think of herself.
If it fit in your budget.
And then I'd be like,
I mean, listen,
that's all. That's all you aiming for,
right?
All right.
My thing, if I'm paying a woman, I'm paying her to leave. I am not paying to stay. I'm paying you to go.
And see, and I want to make this clear, right? Let me help on. So I want to make it clear that even though I'm saying all of these things, the only thing that I disagree with is the dry begging. I don't like the begging. I don't think a woman is supposed to ask a man to do anything, right? I do believe, however, because if you check my background, I have been a kept woman. I was a housewife. I never had to work. You know what I mean? My baby father brought everything. The houses, the cars, he did it all. You know what I mean? So I'm not against it. I'm not Miss Independent. I'm not that 50-50 girl. We're not doing that because that's a roommate, but I just don't agree with the way that women are going about it. I do not think it's fair. A man doesn't have to pay to get your nails done and stuff like that for you to go on a date with him. And what a lot of people don't understand is that these women are abusing this that makes a man not want to do anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just speaking out against that, the behavior, and for real, we really break it down. Sis, you don't have no value if you are begging. And on top of it, you dry begging on TV. So now you got a record of the begging, because usually you begging the quiet and nobody really know. Now you on TV, you done asked 3 men for the same thing. It's like, what? You didn't even ask your top pick. You just like, who gonna pay? So now you really do look transactional.
Right. And I mean, I just need to understand, though, what has gotten you into a position where you feel like you can't, take care of yourself in that way. Like, you want to go and ask these men for these petty things that really is just a drop in a bucket in terms of money that anybody could afford. So why don't you buy your own massage or whatever? I mean, it don't make sense to me.
It's because it's not about that, Paul. It's about the value, right? She wants to know that the man sees value in her. So in her mind, she's saying that if you value me, you wouldn't mind spending a couple of dollars on me. That lets me know that you're interested. That lets me know that you see a value in me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why.
Yeah,
so it don't have nothing.
No, I totally understand that. But what it is, to be honest, is it all goes to, how can I, take control of this man and make him my, what?
Nah, I don't even think it's that.
Yeah, no, listen, here's what I'm saying very clearly. Very clearly. If you get to tell me what I'm going to do, and I listen to that, you're always going to tell me what I'm going to be doing. And now you run the show. Now you wear the pants. And then now I'm threatened with the fact that, I'll take my love away from you and get it from somebody else then, because I just asked 3 other dudes what was up and they came through. So now it's good.
Yeah, I think you do start to lose respect for the man when it becomes too easy for you to get what you want.
Right.
I feel like you got to have some pushback. Like you can't be afraid to tell a woman no. No.
Exactly.
Nah.
I mean, me personally, I think when they start begging and dry begging, I think y'all should just stop talking to them, period. So you got some of you are the ones that are to blame too, because when they do these little things, you put up with it and be like, oh, well, it's really not such a big deal. And I got it. Come on, bruh. It's like, I got it. I'll do it, whatever the case may be, when you should just stop talking to her. Like, go on. It's so many women out here. Y'all want whatever that person has, just in case she might be that bad or she got that big butt or whatever the case may be. You be like, well, shit, it only cost me a $300 massage. You know what I mean? So you negotiate with what you want to, so they don't never learn the behavior. But the only way that you can really teach the behavior is just by asking her. Like, she just gotta go. And if enough people do that, but then you might get that simp where he be like, well, shit, I know I gotta pay to play anyway, so he just gonna do it. And don't run across a Jamaican man, because back in the day, Jamaican men gave everybody money. So it wasn't nothing. That didn't mean you were valuable. It was to keep you quiet, to keep you shut up, and you keep doing what you're doing. So, don't be fooled.
But a real Jamaican man's going to take you out, buy you the Gucci purse, leave it in the car, and then do his business with you, and then he's going to take the purse back to the mall.
That is not a real Jamaican man. Don't put that on my men. Don't put that on my men. Those be the ones that be growing up in America.
No. Nice
So
pink steering wheel, by the way.
So to be clear, dry begging is the term because she did say when she was going off on Vince that she didn't ask nobody for shit.
She said what?
She said I didn't ask nobody for shit.
Yeah, because she know that asking is frowned upon, so she say it like, "Oh, I need a massage," you know. That's why I call it a dry beg. It's not a beg, it's a dry beg.
Yeah. So we seem to agree that the way it was going, Christina was the one that was gonna get eliminated. And I like Donna. I really like Donna. I think they're sleeping on Donna. I think she's the winner. I don't think they're seeing it.
She seems like she's an okay person. I mean, you know, I don't see any real hangups with her so far. Anyway.
Well, Donna got low self-esteem.
What do you mean?
Don't worry, we'll keep watching.
Okay. I think she's just
you can tell her she lacking confidence. It's like,
but I can see what you're saying though.
See, sometimes I'm afraid to talk because people are gonna hate me, right? So you got this thing where you have some women that have low self-esteem, they don't really have a confidence, and then they get their degrees and stuff. And with the degrees, now they get like a different type of confidence. So it's like, oh, I got my job, I got my career. Those be the ones that'll be like, I don't need a man because I got this, I got that. And now it gives them the confidence that they have been lacking all before. And I really feel like Donna falls into that. And it's not really negative. The only thing is that you could just see it when it come through. So it's like when she got upset with Darius, she talking to Darius like, you know, kind of like she expected Darius's attention full 100, but then she's sitting there slouching and shit. So it's your body language. You're not even confident. You're not even saying the shit with your chest because you're not even sitting up looking like somebody who actually demands the respect. Because if you really supposed to get respect, you don't have to demand it, and you don't have to get upset, and you don't have to confront a man about all of that other stuff. But
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm here for y'all today. I'm on your ass today.
Yeah. Let's move on to this hot yoga date with Nicole, Donna, Ashley, Vince, Steve, and Chris. Do you have any initial thoughts on the date before we break into like the individual dates?
I thought it was pretty cool. I thought, you know, they tried something like that with us, but it seemed like this was a pretty cool little vibe for them, you know.
Yeah. Let me take that off. I don't even know how to spell date. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I mean it was what was it, 2, 3 other dates within this date. There was a point in the date. I did mark it where I think production was trying to tell us something because Vince and Nicole were together, and you can hear the yoga instructor say, "This is a good connection." Right here. Sometimes they be sneaking that shit in. But the first date was what? Nicole and Vince?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole and Vince. She likes him, you know, and wanted, you know, and I was saying I like that look. I like the natural look on Donna. You know. For real, man. I was trying to find a picture in the background. That's all. I didn't have a pause. You know.
I feel you.
Yeah.
And you know, I was sitting there thinking that what's his name? Damn. The dude that him, go back.
Chris.
Is that his name, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris reminds me of Wood Harris.
Wood Harris. Okay.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll show you exactly who Wood Harris is, and you guys will agree with me once I.
Okay.
I was like, I couldn't put my finger on it. I'm like,
it wasn't Vince.
I'm like, this dude. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, it was and I found out
What?
who Vince reminds me of too.
Wood
It's,
Harris is the guy from The Wire.
No, he's not.
No?
Hold on. No, hold on. Let me do a quick share. I'll share with you real quick.
oh, he's the dude from
Paid in Full.
yeah.
He was in The Wire with Idris Alba.
This dude. Can you see it?
Okay.
He was in The Wire.
Was he?
Yes, with Idris Alba. He was one of the biggest what's his name? He was one of the biggest drug dealers from The Wire. He made it all the way to the end. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he reminded me of Wood Harris so much. I was trying to figure out who that was, and I was like, yeah, it's Wood Harris, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. All right, I'm sorry, except for the eyebrows. His eyebrows, he did a little something different with his eyebrows.
And the nose ring, I don't think Wood Harris got a nose ring, right?
No, Wood Harris don't rock a nose ring at all.
Right.
They look like me. Vince reminds me of Donovan.
Yeah, somewhat.
Donovan sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think of this Vince and Nicole?
I thought it was cool. I think that this was just a test, but I don't think there's going to be a real connection. Vince,
yeah.
I mean, I just see Vince gets along with everybody because he's funny, but you know what I mean, and he's personable, you know. And I'm glad to see that he was able to get the B word behind them.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a good point to go to Africa. Like they have been kind of flirty. They showed that scene. This little crying thing with Vince like 3 times. Yeah. And they had the conversation about kids, which I thought was really good.
Yeah.
I can understand, the apprehension of becoming a parent. And to me, I think she just wants to be a good parent. It's really important for her. That's what I took from it.
I can agree with that.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10 of something being there, what we give it?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
A 6.
Mm-hmm.
What does the audience think? Dang. He said, once a B word sayer, always a B word sayer.
Lex, you got quiet.
Nobody gives it a 3.
Yeah, him saying the B word, I did speak of it last week. Like I really didn't trip. I didn't really think that he just was like that bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was like that. I think, I explained that. I said what I said last week was that if a man uses the N word, more than likely he's going to use the B word. Like they talk about the N word for the men, it's going to be the B word for the women. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's 100% being disrespectful, unless you really do deem it disrespectful. Me personally, I do, because I don't use the N word, and I don't want anybody using the N word to me. So don't use the B word to me. I don't talk to my girlfriends that way or whatever. But if you allow somebody to say the N word, then the B word is not far behind. So y'all need to just eat it.
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose a word. You can't pick and choose when you want to get mad and you don't want to get you can't do that. Don't call you talking to your girlfriend and you calling her a B, but then as soon as a guy say that, you all bent out of shape. You can't do that.
That's true.
Cool.
But as far as a match go, I thought she really liked Devon. So I think I would have preferred to see her and Devon, but it is what it is.
I think Devon was all in her imagery, and she created a whole, thing with that, you know, and homeboy wasn't living up to that, and they knew it.
Okay.
Because remember, you know,
Oh
they
wait,
got
I think you confusing Devon with Ed. Are you
oh
confusing them?
yeah. I'm sorry, Ed. Yeah. My
Right.
bad. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, Devon is the glasses wearing one,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I don't remember if it was her. Oh, you know what? No. Sorry, I'm confusing too. It wasn't Nicole. It was with I think her name's Shannon or something.
Shannon.
Her and Devon.
Shannon.
Yeah, like they were like two nerds or something like that. Yeah, those two. That's the ones I like.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got Donna and Steve now. I think it was good. You know, he did talk about, you know, his mom passing, and he learned how important that was to spend time and love the mom, because it's very important in relationships. And I totally agree. You know, I totally agree. And then I had a question for everyone. Like, do you all ask about relationships with parents? Because I think it's very telling, you know, what a guy has to say about his mom.
Yeah. Because if he ain't going to take his mom's trash out, he ain't going to take yours out.
Yeah. Like, you should definitely ask how he feels about the mom, or what's the relationship with the mom.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because how he takes care of his mother is how he's going to take care of his woman. And I feel like, you know, if he didn't learn how to, you know, a lot of guys will say, or not a lot of guys, some guys will say, you know, if they don't have a relationship with their mom, you know, I don't know nothing about her, blah, 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 blah. Well, who the hell taught you how to love? Which one? Was it your grandma, your auntie? Like, who was it? Because if you had to learn that shit on your own, then you out here hurting people before you know, understand what love is all about. So it's definitely legit.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot subconsciously that comes with knowing that you have received love from your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or a proxy person, you know.
Yeah. But I liked it. It was short and sweet. I liked it. I think we're going to start to see more of Steve.
Yeah, I like Steve. He doesn't get a lot of camera time, but I like him.
That's what I was going to say. Steve is like really low key, under the radar, you know, kind of.
I think he's next. I think he next up. Like, remember last week we were talking about not seeing Lauren, and then she had back-to-back dates. You know, so I think Steve is up next now that you know, they eliminated two of the guys. We've seen Bello, we've seen Devon, we've seen Darius, we've even seen Vince. So I think he's up. You know?
No, I don't think so. I think there's just some certain people that they just don't get a lot of coverage on because they already know what the plan is and the storyline and all that other stuff. I don't think he's going to get it. And it's too far into the season now because we're like halfway through it. What is this, episode 6?
Yeah.
So this is what not the getaway, but the whatever.
To go to Africa, this is a good part. I always
party or whatever.
I always ask, what's your relationship with your father?
You said what?
I always ask, what's the relationship with their father?
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because you know, if you're gonna get you're gonna have daddy issues or whatever, you know.
I think sometimes you could tell too. Like I had did a report one time on fatherless women. Do fatherless women love differently? And they do. You know, I think you could definitely tell somebody who had a father in their life, just the way that she carries herself, the way that she even talks to men and deal with men. I think you can see it as well.
Yeah, I noticed though, like a lot of times when women,
there are police reported ahead.
Police, you better slow your ass down. Oh, Babylon boy, they're both. Yo, so no, but what I was gonna say is, you know, I've noticed like when women aren't, or they don't have a man that's present in their life, they typically try to dominate men in relationships, almost as if they try to compensate and, force that, that kind of male role on themselves because that's what they're used to. That's how they're used to dealing or negotiating with men, negotiating the fact of a presence of a man in their mind.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's talk Ashley and Chris. I think this was the conversation that kind of ended his journey. He mentioned falling in love and getting ghosted.
This is that's like Rose saying, baby's dad, or every man cheated on her.
Yeah. She said she can't stand a man with a bruised ego. And he was saying that he don't want to waste time with people he's not interested in. I didn't think that was a good look at all, but I did have a follow-up question. Like, at what point in the show does integrity matter? Because we've seen people openly express, not wasting time, right, with someone that they're not interested in. But I do think the point of the show is to get to know other people. And I know I'm probably sounding like a hypocrite right now, which is why I asked that question. Like, at what point does integrity matter? Because there's a time frame that you all are watching, and there's a time frame that we are experiencing.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me just say this. So, when Keith Sweat came out with his first album, he was that dude. He had a lot of women, sweating and dripping at the panties for him. But when he re-upped and they realized that you always just whining and begging, he went out of style real quick. And this is the same thing that you're starting to see with my men. You can have, it's okay to be vulnerable, and show some vulnerability. However, what you have to still exude and execute some sort of tone of having strength, just as being a man. Women don't want to know that you're going to break down in the middle of a relationship when they might need strength or whatever. And you ain't dealing with yourself too good, and you have these prerequisites of I'm not good enough or whatever. Don't nobody want that. And so, you do that, my guy.
Yeah. Tina asked, what would we consider a bruised ego? He did mention some changes that he had to make for himself because he wasn't well liked about. He mentioned his skin. He mentioned having a gap in his teeth. Then he also mentioned making changes so he can be better looking. And I thought that was a little bit much to say out loud.
Yeah. I mean, so, I feel like this here, when you have, I feel like everybody should work with what they got, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is. You have some, he's not a beat down looking guy, so work with what you got today. Like, F all of the gap teeth and all that other shit from back in the day, and turn that, those insecurities into confidence, you know what I mean? And work with that. And don't there's and I'll say this. There's a thing that when you show up in a room, people will believe you based off of how you present. They'll believe whatever you want them to believe if you present yourself the right way. And so you're in the room already. All you got to do is present.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I agree to that, right? But I'm gonna tell you where the downfall came from. women where they were like, oh, I like an emotional man. I like a man that could whoopty whoopty whoop. You understand? So they want these men to be bearing their souls and to say all this stuff because now it looks like, oh, he was being vulnerable with me. You know what I mean? Which he probably wouldn't normally say, but maybe in this type of situation where you trying not to get eliminated and you trying to be the one that everybody likes and you trying all of this stuff, you know, that he ended up sharing it, you know, because everybody talks about it. Being vulnerable is a big thing. And then, you know, they kick off people because they feel like you're not really doing too much or saying too much or sharing too much or whatever. So I think that that's what kind of bit him in his ass. But at the same time too, a lot of times it'll be those same women that haven't had men in their lives that they need men to actually act like girlfriends and talk like girlfriends and gossip and all of that stuff, which are women traits, you know. So they start making these men rear that way to fit their comfort and to fit their emotional you know, their emotional state, you know. So that's why I think, you know, besides that, and he probably not him, but you know, you have men that'll grow with a single mom. So when you got the single mom and she doing that, and then you got the woman where she like, well, I need you to be softer and I need you to share more. And what are you thinking? What are you thinking? You know what I mean? So you get all of this stuff, and then now turn around when they do it. Now we want to bash him for doing it after all of the women done begged him to bare his soul. You know what I mean? So now you like on TV, like, I was fat, I had a gap. Like, you know, yeah, I agree with you, Paul. He shouldn't have said it. But, you know, these new men in this new situation, like, that's where we at.
But I mean, you know, and this is a lesson learned for him because at the end of the day, as a man, you're supposed to present as a man and just do you. And like you can't be out here giving a fuck what everybody wants you to be or how they want you to act or whatever. You've been through that all your life. You done, you know, been overweight. You had the gap teeth. You hid in the corner, you know, made yourself shrink. You can't do that no more. Like you in grown man, big boy status. So you just got to move like that. And I mean, to be honest, you know, or else, I mean, because based off of what he said, you're still that guy. You're still stuck in that. You haven't gotten through that, you know, because you're still talking about it on dates. Like, I'll be damned if I talk about, you know, what I had or didn't have in the 5th grade, you know, or whatever. And you know, and now I'm a grown man and this is my identity. That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put it, you know, he got to strap his grown man boots on and walk away from that old shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
thanks for joining us, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I think he does have a little bit of it because if you look at it, he does have his own style. Like he do got the tattoos, but the tattoos is like of his fruit and vegetables and all of that stuff. So he do seem like he coming into himself a little bit. You know, even the way that the hat and all of that, that's like his own style. I don't even think that's a Detroit style. You know, just like how you said, it kind of like, huh?
He said that though because that was a part of his overcompensation. Because he was trying to defer from being what he was looked at back in them days. So I think he still has room to grow. Like, you know, you still have to, you know, come into your own man shit and you know, and stand on 10 toes.
Right.
I mean, it's a lesson, you know, that's what makes this good though, because he can watch this back and say, yo, damn, I can't believe I went out like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I got him kicked.
Yeah. We got Lauren and Bello now. And we learned I saw some things. And this is the date where I was like, yeah, I had an idea. Right? Like, Bello, you not fooling me. Like, Bello got a little bit of player in him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He just got a certain style.
I think it's wannabe player.
Is he Caribbean?
Game. He said he was, where is he from?
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Nigerian. Okay.
Yeah. She does say he was super attractive, but didn't know whether to friend zone him or not. Bello did say he was checking her out. She said that he was a gentleman and a nice guy. But during this conversation, he admitted to having a 1-year-old from a one-night stand. Had a paternity test. It's going to be in the child's life. And, it's a strict co-parenting situation, and he wants to be involved. She liked his honesty, but I think it might be a deal breaker to most people.
Yeah, so I gotta beat Bello up just a little bit on this one because we got a couple of things that's all kinds of wrong right here. First off, my guy, you had a one-night stand and you didn't strap up, and then you fell in and didn't pull out. There's all kind of wrong with this one-night stand, and then you have a child from that. Not to be judging, but my God, women are gonna look at that and be like, yo, you just be raw smashing night on everything. So, I mean, think about it. Like that can't just be it, right? I appreciate the honesty though, because yeah, you coming on this show with a 1-year-old that you may not know or whatever. I mean, it's a lot going on with that, my guy.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a little something to come out of that. Now, I mean, I don't knock him for if he's stepping up to being a child's life. I don't knock that at all. Like you got to do what you got to do, but my guy, you got to make better choices too at the same time, because you created an innocent life off of what is it, 15 to 20 seconds of bliss or luxury or whatever, or what, whatever you went through and during that.
Hey, Lauren, thanks for joining us. I marked this spot in the video because I was like, dang, Lauren, did something stink or something? Why you make that face?
She was like, oh, get me out of this.
And the hug looked, I don't know if it was because of the microphones or something, but the hug just looked off.
There you go with them hugs.
Yeah.
Hey,
I ain't mad at it.
Oh man.
I'm a give my 2 piece on my 2 cents on Bello real quick, right? So
and shout
I
out
really
to
don't
Beijing, man.
shout out to who?
The Beijings, because this is the season of the Beijing. I mean, they got them, in what is that, Detroit? In Detroit, they doing them crispy.
See, that's why the people missed you.
they all crispy though.
Because Fernando ain't saying that shit, and Ty ain't saying that shit.
I mean, hey, I fucks with it. They doing their thing with it. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm a
yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you what I think about Bello, right? I really don't think that it was a careless one-night stand like the way he made it seem. I think that that's just an easy way to say something and cover up whatever the real situation might be. I could be wrong, but I just don't really see it. You know what I mean? Like, you waited all of this time to now you slip up. Yeah, I'm not really buying that. You know what I mean? So maybe it was a thing that he probably didn't know it produced a child, and she came back later on and whatever. But any other story would have been too long to put on TV. You know what I mean? And then it would have, any way you take it, it probably would have made him not look great. So he just was like, you know what? The one thing that I could eat is, everybody had a one-night stand where they might have slipped up. So boop, I'm gonna eat that. I really think that whatever his situation is, I don't think any women are gonna look past it, because you always have women that feel like every African man is that prince, and he's that African prince, that African, and money is coming in the background or whatever the case may be. So they're going to ignore the newborn. They're going to ignore the Beijing and any other thing that he's doing, so, yep. And he do real estate, so you already know.
I mean, for the record, the Beijing ain't a bad thing. His joint slick. His barber got him nice, got the little fade right there.
That hairline is back too far. Even with the Beijing, is back too far. And some of the angles, that joint look like it started in the middle of his head. Don't do that.
Well, he wasn't the first. He wasn't the first guy to admit to having a child from the one night stand.
Yeah.
So, but I did mark this after his explanation of what happens. He just kind of shrugged.
Hold on. Lauren says she asked him to go bald.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yo, like, this is the thing. Y'all dark-skinned brothers, y'all could do bald, like Jordan said it all. Y'all could do baldies, and it does nothing but enhance y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all darker dudes, the light-skinned brothers is the worst ones because, you got to see that green head and everything else.
I don't know about that because you got they did Nigerian Chris from Dallas. They bothered that dude about his hairpiece, and I lied to you not. I loved his hairpiece because he did not look good bald to me.
Well, Nigerian Chris wasn't dark skinned, was he?
He is dark skinned.
Yeah.
It just don't fit him.
He had the hair
to me. Yeah, but he didn't have Beijing. He had it looked like they really put it on. He can go swimming with it and all of that good stuff. It was a good unit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with having units as men, but to each his own. But yeah, I mean, in this case, I think he would look, like Rick Rose with a baldy.
But not everybody want to look like that. I don't know. I don't know if it'll. I mean, me personally, I'm not. You gotta literally look good with a baldy. Not everybody looks good with it to me.
I don't think you'll look bad with it.
And I definitely don't like Rick Ross.
Oh.
Do we think there's anything there with Lauren and Bello?
No. I mean, listen, when she went to go make the drinks, you saw the energy was a little bit off-putting from Lauren's side.
I want to know who Lauren likes. Who does Lauren like?
Yeah, I mean, because but you know what though? I think the guys is probably plotting on her in the background. I think that there's probably more than more than two guys that's probably got her in the mix.
Yeah, they seem friendly.
Yeah, I mean, and she got nice eyebrows. She get her little stuff on fleek. They done her pretty good. You know what I mean?
Lauren gonna choose herself. If she don't get with none of the money guys, she gonna choose herself.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
What Lauren's type is.
What her type is?
Yeah. What's
Paul?
her type?
How tall are you, Paul?
I'm 6'5".
Turn around, Paul. Stand up and turn around, Paul. Stand up and let me see that. Turn around, Paul.
Yeah, that's fine. Would you have done I already know the answer to this. Would you have done the 360?
Would I what?
Huh?
Would you have done the 360?
Hell no. Hell no. I would have been like, man, no. I won't even do a 120.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Paul said the eyebrows on fleek, Lauren.
They are. Look at them. You know what I mean? That's the movie star eyebrows.
Oh, man.
All right, where we at in this thing?
Dominique and is it Dominique and Cardi? Yeah, Dominique and Cardi. Yeah, it was quick. There's them doing trivia.
Oh yeah, Drake.
Yeah.
They could have did better than that. That date was so whack. How you gonna go from a boat date to trivia with an all white trivia too? Like, come on.
So Dominique is not really on. She's not really rocking with Drake. She was. I mean, they had that moment at the beginning, but then when Bello stepped in, she put Drizzy Drake. She is like, you know what we do to y'all light skinned dudes. Back of the line.
I think he's too young for her too. Like,
So
not taking anything away from him. I just think he's too young for her.
So I did make some notes here, right? He talked about wanting to kiss, but not rushing it. She mentioned her last relationship. He mentioned getting lost in her eyes, and she got lost in the moment. So in my notes, I was like, is this a shift in her approach? I said, is she starting to play the game? And then I said, Lex, is this still a boss move?
All right, what I think is I don't know if you saw when Bello did like this funny thing where he looked like he was falling back at that party.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like she had to pull more, she had to push more, she had to do more. And I think she probably lost it at that time. Like it was like that. So she like, you know what, now I'm gonna play the game. Like I was giving it to you. I done cooked your favorite food and I showed you where I was at. I showed you my hand and you still playing games. You still playing in my face. So now I'm gonna show you. So I think, yeah, she's definitely on she's playing the game now. I heard some nice things about her though. I heard that her personality is really dope and how she bring people in and all that good stuff. I heard some nice stuff about her.
Yeah. And then my follow-up question was, again, like, at what point in the show does integrity matter? Or playing the game? Because I always ask, like, what do you win in the end by continuing?
I can tell you don't win shit. You don't win.
To me, I feel like, okay, let's devil's advocate. Say you go on there and you like, you know what, let's have this opportunity for love. You never know, right? So if you realize that you might have one person you really like and say they start playing around or they acting like they here for something else. So now you just switch gears. So you like, well, shit, now let me just make it to the end to get this full check. Let me go ahead and, whatever. I can push my business. I can get my face out here more because it'll lead to other things, whatever the case may be. I mean, we have to be for real. Like, these are the things that come out. Even if you didn't think about it when you first was signing up, eventually it's going to come out because you're going to get friends that tell you like, oh my goodness, you on Oprah? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all, all the noise. So it's going to happen. So I really feel like integrity leaves when maybe your real connection leaves, or whenever your real connection plays around or play in your face, you know what I mean? Or you have to question that person. And then after that, it's just whatever. I could be wrong though,
I don't think that at the end of the day, I mean, this particular show isn't the show that's, going to propel you to new heights and new levels, right? Like if you wanted to win or, finish out something, you need to do, go to the challenge or, marry that first sight or something on a larger platform. Like there's nothing really here to gain. You don't get anything at all, So, I mean, yeah, I don't, I don't see why people want to get to the end either.
I don't think people realize that though, Paul. I think you know it because you have a background and all of that stuff, but I don't think anybody really knows it.
Yeah,
I think that they feel like TV is TV. They got something to put on their resume, And
I mean, yeah, the thing I could tell you, like when I was doing this, I remember talking to my homie, and it was we just got done filming episode 6, and I was saying to him, "Yo, I'm ready to go to fuck home," and he said to me, "Yo, you gotta hang in there." I was like, they're not eliminating me.
Yeah. It was literally like, what's that show? 60 Days of Lockup.
Yeah.
When you give them the signal, like, hey, I'm.
Yes, man. I was trying to get out of there, and he was like, "You got to stay in there, man." I'm like, "I don't want to," and then I was like, "They're not eliminating me," and that's when and then like I think right after the getaway, I tried to get out, and they was like, "It's too late. You should have been did that." So,
yeah,
you don't win. There's nothing favorable. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for you. You don't get nothing.
Yeah. All right, we got a group date with Chan Lauren Darius, Devin. Lauren wants to see the real deal. And I mentioned like last week we had asked about Lauren, and now we're getting Lauren back to back to back. Channing was vulnerable about being concussed. Lauren mentioned her parents and bad relationships. And I was wondering, because we had literally just talked about parents, could this affect Lauren's dating style? Darius said Lauren comes off as perfect to him. Devin wants peace and wants to break generational curses about his parents and relationships. And the date was just quick. It was quick. And even the audio that, Lauren's explanation about Darius didn't, sometimes the edits are off, especially on the audio, especially when you can hear it in your ears, just off. What are we thinking?
I gotta see it.
I think it was just a real quick group date.
Oh yeah. Well, this is the one where he said he had all the girls lining up.
Oh, I think I remember something.
King Darius or something like that.
I think I made a funny because what did Lauren say right here when he bought that drink? How did you know? And I was like, you know how he know.
Yeah, production told him. Yeah. Production went out and bought that bag and said, "Hey, take this in there. I think this would be nice. This would be nice to gift to her."
You know what? I actually heard two things. That Darius brought in the stuff on his own. I heard that he was giving out roses to the women when he came in. I don't know what it was exactly. I heard he was giving out roses, and I think production cut it. And he was also bringing in wine, and I think he did it. I don't think it was production from what I heard. And that was like, I think Lauren and them got a recap thing. I think she said it on there, and he had mentioned it to me too.
Okay. Well, finally,
and
production, they didn't give him the props. Okay, he did do it. Okay, he did it.
He did it. He did it. Cool.
He spent his own coin. Well, he did better than a lot of us because we was just.
I don't remember ever bringing shit to a date, and now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, like, because I do the roses all the time now.
I don't get flowers for women.
Huh?
You do the roses all the time?
Well, not all the time. If I like her, I'll do the roses.
A single rose or a bunch?
I'll get a dozen roses.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted clarity.
Oh, my bad.
Your girlfriend in the audience. Yo, Paul, you missed it. There was a joint in the audience that was like, "Yo, Ty, what's up?" I'm trying to holler.
Oh.
Nah, she ain't saying like that, but she was throwing her thing hard. If he was on stage, he would have got a panty in the face.
Oh. Damn. You had it out in her.
And he did it, Mr. Politically Correct. Stay politically correct.
No, not all the time.
Always. Yeah, I don't give flowers. I don't give flowers. I don't give roses. I don't give none of those. Nothing like that to women. I don't do it.
Are you dating right now, Paul?
No.
Are you in a relationship?
No. What was I saying? Oh, so and the reason why I don't give flowers to anybody that's living. I'll say that. I only give flowers to people that are no longer here. Because for me, this is just for me, roses and things like that are gonna die. And I don't want to give somebody something that is gonna die. I want you to, whatever I give you, I want you to be able to have it and be able to go back to it later. So
I agree. You should buy me a dog. Buy me a cute little pocketbook dog.
I got you.
I don't mean you per se, but that's what I'm saying. Like if a guy don't give me no flowers, yeah, give me a nice little toy poodle and shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, where we at?
If I get flowers, they're gonna be fake.
We got this the very first date with Nicole and Ed.
Oh yeah. Roll the tape.
I mean, do we need to explain the first date? But I do think there are some things that we out here. Nicole mentioned that her deal breaker was someone that won't open up. And I was listening to the conversation and I was saying he definitely feels guarded. But in my mind, I was like, it's probably something he don't want to say on camera.
Mm-hmm. He probably like, man, I really wasn't feeling you all like that. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to, put it out there like that. But you cool. But I'm my eyes is elsewhere.
No, I think the question was talk about some pain that you have had that wasn't physical. And then his response was, I kind of have a high tolerance for pain.
Right. So about that.
Yeah.
I watched again. Lauren and Ed. They got a podcast that they do like a recap. A lot of Detroit seem to be recapping everything, but that's a different story. So anyway, he said that was an editing error or an editing fluke where he said that his pain was his divorce, but they cut it out and put in, I got a high tolerance of pain. That's what he said.
Oh, they made him cold. They made him cold.
But I'm gonna tell you what I think about this situation. I don't think she has I don't think she picked up on anything. Like, she like, oh, I need somebody to open up. I don't think that she, maybe when it comes to other people, but with Ed, I think she has on blinders, so I don't even think it was a thing that she eliminated Ed because he's not opening up to her or whatever the case may be. I think she's been influenced by what the women were saying when she said that, because for real, you've been liking this man for 15 years. He hasn't made a move on you. He ain't grabbed your butt. He ain't do nothing in them 15 years. Ma'am, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, he ain't feeling it. He's probably just trying to give her a soft landing to the the rejection.
Yeah, I mean, I thought even their very first interaction was a bit off at the mixer when they talked about how long it's been, and I was like, if you want it, you're gonna go get it, or at least reach out, DM, flirt, something.
Yeah, but he didn't want it.
You think she's a hopeless romantic, or she just
For
had a
sure.
thing for Ed specifically?
I think she's overly emotional. I couldn't even tell if she was a hopeless romantic. No, I don't think I don't know. I
Mhm.
think she is I'm going to say it off the top of my head, and I'm not really thinking, and I'm sure that there's something better to say, but to me, it just seems kind of hormonal. Like you just crying over everything. You know what I mean? Like, where we at, sis? Like, are you at you need this baby right now? Like, where are we at in your stage of life? Because you just crying over everything. So I couldn't even get a read as if it was romantic or if it was like, I've been holding out for you for so long on some that type of thing. I don't know. It was kind of just it just gave me weird energy. And you know what? And I'm not mad at her for it. I like it. And the reason why I like it is because you have so many women nowadays that are so hard. You know what I mean? That it's almost like they trying to take on the behaviors of men. So the fact that she's still kind of open and still kind of, loving and so soft, it's like they gonna eat you alive out here, but it's good to see. I like it. You know what I mean? And it fit with Detroit, so I'm all for it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. What the comments say about that? Somebody cussing me out about that one? No, the hell, she did not just call that lady hormonal.
That's what they saying in the comments.
That's what they said?
No, I'm joking.
I mean, but it's true though. You know what I mean? Like she cried with old boy, and then soon as Ed, we didn't get there yet, but soon as he sat down, it was tears. It was just like, oh my goodness, like,
yeah,
so
Yeah.
But
okay, so like, wait, hold on, time out. So Ed is a boxer. Is that what I'm getting?
He's an old boxer. He used to box.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this could all be true. To go to Africa, like he just may not want to jump into something else real quick.
I think that his people,
Ed.
I think that Ed's person was not there. Everybody knew it. Production knew it, and the only person that didn't know it was her.
Y'all crazy. Ed like Lauren.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
Ed wanted Lauren.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, it didn't look like he was going after it.
So
let's ask Lauren. She was like, what's so funny? He still be going after her on that thing that they do together.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It didn't look like that to me.
Yeah,
the editing is wild.
Probably he put them little flirts in there, and yep.
Trust and believe, I know everything about editing. I am editing. Okay. Every other sentence that I said was edited.
All right, we got Ashley and Bello. Again, I was like, Bello not fooling me right now. He just got a different hunting style, but I do see it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't think he hunts. I think that he's at the place right now where the women just fall to him. And I think that he has accepted that, but I think it's just a little different in this experiment where everybody is together. Like, I think because remember, like when they had Dominique and Christina was there, I think that kind of set him off. You know what I mean? So he like, oh, everybody together and they all talking. And okay, so it's setting him off because he's not really a true player. I think that he just has everything that makes him desirable, and it puts him in a different league where now it's like the women just coming and they just throwing and this and the other, and you know what I mean, and all of that good stuff. Because even I'm gonna let her say it. I leave it alone.
even what?
Now, Lauren has said it on her thing. She was like, when she seen him, she was like, I can't remember verbatim, but it was like, oh, like, you know, he here, like tall, dark, that all of that stuff put together. So people get that thing when they see you. Everybody wants it, even if everybody can't handle it, everybody wants it. So he gives off that, and I think it's just easy. So it don't even matter. Baby don't matter. Even like take for instance, just sidebar, even like Darius with the 4 kids, you know what I mean? Like they made a big stink about that with everybody else, but because it's Darius, even though they'll go on him about his hair, they'll talk about the first, this, that, and the other. Ain't nobody kick his ass off the show. Ain't nobody question why he's still on the show,
Uh-huh.
So
I think and this is the thing. This unusual warming up thingy is telling me that it's going to be a fiery reunion. I feel like just based off of the characteristics of these folks, what I'm looking at anyway, I think that the reunion is going to be torturous.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a reason that there would be beef at the reunion.
Oh man. And see, that's the thing. You heard
maybe Christina.
Oh yeah, there'll probably be some of that. But then who was Darius talking bad to in the lounge?
Vince.
Yeah. So there may be, kind of that, thing there.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna highlight and show people with beef.
Yeah, and it's normally with the ladies, It's normally the ladies.
Yeah, but the ladies be dragging the men into it.
Okay. I'll keep watching. I'll keep watching. Lauren said seriously, but I'm not sure what you're responding to. But Ashley did get emotional talking about her past experiences with her past mates and dealing with mental illness. And I really did feel, for her with that, because that is tough. It's not easy. It's not easy. So shout out to Ashley for, being able to talk about it and express it. I understand like it can still make you emotional. It doesn't mean that, you're not past it or anything like that or can't deal with it. So, yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
We have the ladies' lounge up now. In the ladies' lounge, they talk about, their dates. Feeling, of course, it was just basically a recap of all the dates. But I think the important part was when they were talking about who they're not feeling. Chris got mentioned 3 times. Ed got mentioned for not being attentive and being emotionally unavailable. So we kind of had an idea of where it was going, right?
Yeah.
Another thing I'll be looking for is like the ladies side-eyeing each other, And I know we mentioned, and it comes up in the, what do you call it? The next week after this show. But I think that's when it's going to start. I think that's when we'll start seeing it. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. So in the end, Chris and Ed, I don't know if we got to make this separate, but Chris and Ed end up, as part of the elimination dates. Shanti takes out Chris. Nicole takes out Ed. Chris is giving a friend vibe, not ready to love. So,
yeah,
that was pretty quick. I think he took it. He took it well. But I also, what did I say? He said he wouldn't change his. No, he said he would change his approach. And that's something that I always take note of, because I think, part of the process is being able to, make change and see growth in yourself from the show. So shout out to Chris. Now this Ed thing.
What Ed thing?
So Ed and Nicole, what did I take note? So there's a couple shots. Like she lost it. She was losing it. As he was even walking in, she was losing it.
Yeah.
And then she's crying before he ain't even sit down yet.
He knew exactly what it was.
Yeah, I would have definitely knew. And, speaking on past experience, I was there, during my elimination, sitting across from a connection that shedding tears.
But see, here's the thing, for her to be, in that state, she overinvested way too much of her emotions into a man that wasn't pouring that right back into her. And I think that she did it, because, it's been for 15 years, she's been crushing on dude and thought that, it was going to be more than what it was. I mean, I personally, wouldn't, I wouldn't suggest that, you overinvest in somebody until you are 100% sure that person is locked in with you.
Touche. Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
But she, I mean, it was like she gave him gave her everything. I mean, and he's sitting there like, what did I just walk into? And she should have she should have just, I'm sorry. And I mean, I don't want to make fun of nobody's, heartbreak or whatever, but I just feel like,
Here we go.
I'm not going there. I feel like people should know better. And I mean,
no better about what, Paul? Come on, spill it out so I can jump on the bandwagon. Spill it out. Come back with a bang.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, that's not what you do, man. You don't just start, giving that, loving on a man and whatever, based off of what's going on in your mind. There's plenty of men out there that I'm sure, she's attractive. So, there's somebody that'll match that energy. You know what I mean? You gave it to the wrong man. That's all. That's
you.
All
so wait. So you think she gave it to him?
No. She gave the energy, her heart. To
just energy. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, I don't know.
But you know what I want to know? I really would like to know what the college looked like. Why you because they weren't in the same class, so she was under a lower classman for him. So my thinking is, what did he do that was so impressive? Because he moved away. He didn't even live in Detroit for a while. He was married, right? And you still got this fantasy for so long, right? And it's like, I ain't gonna lie, Ed is nice. Look, he's okay, right?
Yeah.
Ed is cool. Morris Chestnut, then I could say maybe I might drag that shit out for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I really went to school with his ass, because when he was younger, he was cute, but then he even grew cute too, and I mean, I looked at some of Ed Youngboy pictures because I had to do the research because I'm like, damn, like all these tears, I had to see what Ed was working with. I don't know. I'm just really confused. Like, what is actually happening right here?
I don't know. I mean,
so I try my best to come up with an explanation. And one of the things that I could think of was, like you're like emotionally gooey when you're just on the show because you're pouring out everything, right? And I can understand people want their fairy tale to be played out on TV. They want this connection to happen. They want maybe the world to see it, their family to see it, their kids to see it one day. And then when it don't happen, it's not an easy thing to just walk away from when you invest so much emotion into it. Not saying that was the case, but that's one thing that I try to think of.
But Todd, it looks like the emotion was one-sided, and that's what I'm saying. Like matched energy is a thing, and it didn't seem like that was the thing here.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, go ahead.
Because I was reading comments. Comments was like they live in the same city. Like it's not.
But that's the thing. He didn't always live there, so they didn't have access. And
go ahead.
But I don't think that they were running into each other.
No,
and you got to remember.
Talk about now.
Right. So you saying that she shouldn't cry because she could see him later?
No, I wasn't saying that now. I was only explaining because I heard I saw the comments about them being emotional and the fact that she thinks it's over, and I'm like, they're there in the same city.
Well, I think reality has set in, because now, sometimes you can just be in your own head, but I think she's listening to all the other girls and stuff. And I think that she sees that he really didn't put forth that energy because it's kind of like, I'm here now. Like, we ain't got school. We ain't got our parents. There's nothing blocking us now. Your children are grown now. You've been divorced for a little bit of time now. I'm here. Like, my career, I'm set. Like, everything that you could possibly want is perfect timing now. And he still didn't buck.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. From a woman's perspective, what would make a woman get this invested or this emotional about one man leaving a show that he or she they didn't really have any real interaction on TV? So what would make her, what would put her in this position?
That's what I was saying. The only thing I could think of is that either she had really high hopes that she said everything was perfect timing and she thought that he was going to just come to her because they had a history, and everything else that they share. Because maybe, I think sometimes perspectives can be different. The times that she shared could have been so heartwarming that she felt like that was her husband. She met her husband a long time ago and now here it is, it's perfect timing. And then he didn't adjust the perfect timing. The only other thing is what I said earlier with just her being hormonal, with just crying all the time. And then to me, if it was really Ed, to me, I wouldn't have expected tears when she talked to the other dude. And I wouldn't have expected tears when he sat down, but I would have expected tears at the end. So if she had just did the tear thing at the end, then I would have said, okay, it's really Ed's feelings and she feel like she missed out, like it's not going to be here. But because she was tearing up all the other times, I really think that it's just her and that's just how she is.
Damn.
Yeah.
So and not to say anything against her, but that those types of relationships can be off-putting when you have somebody that cries a lot, or that's emotional in that way, and you like, yo, come on, man, you doing this shit again? Like, we only talking about the remote control, and then she's crying and and then it's like, so
imagine if I would have.
Yeah.
So Shout out to Tyra's World, because I guess she watched the same thing I watched with
Mhm.
Ed and Lauren, and he did make a statement where he said something like it was outside noise, right? And I forgot. I remember the statement, and it was kind of like wow. But I think what happened is what I got from it was that this had he had met what's the name? If he had seen Nicole at the mall and they started talking and he wasn't like there was nobody else around and they started talking and reminiscing and reconnecting and all of the things hit together, then they probably would have had a connection. When he said outside noise to me, is because Lauren over there, Dominique over there, Ashante over there, Ashley over there, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all this other stuff. So he couldn't even focus on her because really and truly he really do not want her. But he don't want her. You know what I mean? Like she just don't fit. Like she don't fit maybe his ideology of what he see his wife to be or whatever the case may be. But because everybody else is around, it definitely showed that he don't want her. But if it was just her and that's all he had to focus on, then maybe they could have made it work for a couple of months.
I mean, the fact that he said when they first got on, like the very beginning, when she was talking about, what she say? She was like, oh yeah, oh we went to school and all that stuff, and he was like, yeah, yeah, we'll have to, see what's going on. He wasn't hard pressed, like, oh word, yeah, that is right. You know what? Let me get your number, man. Like, let's, we definitely got to do, we gotta try to make something happen.
Yeah.
He was just like, you know what? Let me see what else I got shaking
It's
here
not
first,
a lot.
and I'll get back to you. Yeah.
I do think though, I think he did some,
Sure.
it might have been something that he did to leave such a lasting impression. I ain't gonna lie, I really feel like that could have been the case because I ain't never seen nothing like this. But somebody in the comments said, Paul, does she remind you of somebody?
No.
She remind you of an ex, Paul?
Now you can't
Spill
talk.
it.
Paul can't talk now.
Yeah, cat got your tongue.
Come on, man. Nah, you already know.
Yeah.
Don't remind me of nobody I know.
Maybe Nicole.
Tyra said he got it like that. But what does it mean he got it like that? Are we talking, because he does have a couple of businesses and stuff like that. He does seem, to be put together or whatever, some stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked how he stood up for his religion and his belief. Like that was awesome. He went to the top of the list for me with that. And I'm surprised production didn't cut that out. So that was awesome too.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do we think about this episode as a whole, the show as a whole, what we think about the future? And do you want to play the next week's clip first before we talk about that, or after?
After.
All right. Ready? Here we go.
Next time on Ready to Love. This week, the women are meeting your exes.
Oh, okay. You all right? I don't know how this feels for you, but I know how it feels for me. Oh, at least one of us does.
What attracted you to him? It feels like we by ourselves all the time. He feels like he's gonna be my favorite person ever.
You heard that? She said ever.
I know, forever, ever.
I feel like I have strong connections, but not as strong as him.
Oh, wow. I got a kiss.
That was like a turn on, like skyrocket for me.
I hate every single time I see you talking to another girl.
Who?
I hate it.
You do know we sitting here.
You want that sexual connection.
Oh, okay.
That is very important to him.
I'm not about to sit up here and talk about my coochie with other people.
You don't have to talk about your coochie,
It's
but
like Cardi a freak or something?
No.
How did this happen?
Hold on, man. Hold up. How the hell do Drake get 3 connections on his date, but nobody and everybody else got 1?
Yeah, and was Nicole talking about Devin?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when did that happen? That was
Well, the thing with Devin happened when I don't know if you remember, like the second episode when they did the second mixer and he was coming back in, she kind of got excited because she was like, yeah, you know, there was something there and I wanted to explore it. So she did have something with Devin. I don't know if they did any dates or whatever, but she got.
Was that the big? Go ahead, sorry.
Was that the what?
Was that the baseball date? Or was that?
No.
Was that
it was before that. Remember when they were in the skating ring and they brought in back the second group of people? Remember the group that all the ones that were weak links or whatever, they sent them out. When they came back in, she had got excited because she was like, there was something between her and Devin that she wanted to really see and get more time with him. So she seen it early with Devin, whatever it was. She seen it early. That's why I don't even understand why she was boo-hooing about old boy, because she also seen that there was somebody else there for her potentially, you know. So I don't know.
But I think that I think Devin was just, you know, he was, you know, kind of the, I guess, the fall guy.
Damn,
you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this ain't work out with Ed. So, well, all right, what's going on? What's going on?
I don't know. Don't sleep on Devin. I think, you know what I mean, he the only one that paid halfway for the massage, and he be seen to be making little moves on the low.
I understand that, but you know, at the end of the day, she wasn't really crying over no Devin or Devon or whatever. You know, she was when Ed left, you know, he took half her soul with him.
But that's what I'm saying. I bet you she cry again.
We're gonna see.
Some gonna make her ass cry again. I think it's just her.
We're gonna see. But we gotta talk about Drizzy. How the hell did Drake have 3 chicks at his thing? He the only person with 3 women at his joint.
TV math.
And then they talking, and then they got him over there like he's King Smashington. That's what his girl is saying or whatever. Wow, man, this is gonna be a nice episode. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna start to get good.
What's up?
I think it's gonna start to get good.
Yeah, but we know. Okay, so like just process of elimination. We know Dominique ain't rocking with Drake. Talking when she's saying that she, you know, want her man with Bello to be forever, ever, ever, and all this other stuff. We know that that's a process. We could cross that out, and then we could also cross out Ashante, because she never was really interested in him or like that. So that leaves the other girl who probably genuinely did like him, and maybe they used the 2 for filler, and you know, just, you know, to boost Drake up a little bit on the show. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Somebody said, Paul, didn't you wait, no, sorry, Ty, didn't you have a crasher?
They need to say crasher or crier?
You had a crier?
Yeah, there was folks shedding tears.
Who cried? I forgot.
At the I think it was in the lounge maybe, and also at the date.
Oh, I think Donna in the comments, I think she said there were more women at the other dates. You just didn't see them on camera.
Okay. What's going on, Donna? Nice to have you. Okay.
Yeah, hi Donna. Let me see. Crier, right?
Which one is Donna? I gotta you know, I'm sorry.
Donna got that little gold piece of hair sitting on the side. Ty, the one Ty was crushing on when we first started. I liked her natural.
Oh yeah, Donna. Okay, I don't start learning these names until the season's over.
So Go to Africa said that Bello actually paid for the massage as well. I think Bello paid for the massage because I think she punked him when she started, like, somebody actually did it and this and the other, and I think he just gave it to her to shut her up and to keep his name clean. Like, all right, 300 ain't about nothing. She probably started punking him like, if you couldn't afford it, just say you couldn't afford it. All that stuff. So I think it was just kind of like hush money. Like, here, Chihuahua, go sit down.
Yeah. Oh man, that's just so crazy, man. That's the weakest ever.
Yeah, so I think emotions are starting to come into play, as we can see. I think the competition is going to get a little bit stronger.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And this is the time where they start claiming, right? And it's time to show and prove now.
Being in a part of this culture and going through the whole process. When I look at it in totality, I mean, I'm be honest, I find it quite hard for me to even be emotional in any way, shape, or form in this little bit of time. And I can understand taking a liking to somebody or whatever, but I don't think that there was, that I don't think anybody could have made me upset, for any reason at all in that such short amount of time. Now, maybe I'm just, not sensitive in that way or whatever. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I got to work on that. But I just don't understand, for the life of me, what gets these people into this place. I mean, unless they, doing some little humping or something on the side. Mm-hmm.
You're so emotionally detached, Paul. Say no.
I was like, I don't know. You looking for an answer?
I mean, no.
Let me diagnose you.
No. I was just saying that because I just thought about like, damn, like these people really be like, when I watch this stuff, I'm like, these people be on it, like, like going after it, like, and stuff like that, fighting, and I don't understand how that works. I'm sorry.
I mean, I understand it happens, like you even the folks mentioned, like, they're talking for hours. Some of them are actually meeting up outside of the show, and you hear things, people tell you things, you start to believe things, but then you get on set and it's not the truth. Yeah, and you hear more things and more things and more things.
Do you see this? It's just like 5 weeks. And I mean, you know how much shit I got going on in 5 weeks that I can't involve and indulge and get that deep. You understand? And then during this process, you got life. It's like, a hurricane and shit going on, and you really can do that? I don't know.
Well, some folks, how do I explain it? Some folks actually try to focus. They understand what their capacity is. For me, right? I'll just say about me. You heard him say Tyrone only has the capacity for 3 people. And then you start to focus on those 3 people. You really start to weed out. That's how you take it serious, right? I can see how someone can get emotions involved.
Yeah.
I'm not naive to that.
Understood, but there's also a game component to this stuff, and that's the thing that makes it superficial. Well, there's several things that make it superficial. One, you're not picking your own dates. You're finding out who the hell you're going on a date with the day of, within like 3 to 4 minutes before you get through the door. That's number one. So that's hard. Number two, you have to play the game, so to speak, right? And then 3, you got cameras there and they're coaching you on what the hell to say, so nothing is coming off natural. So at the end of the day, it really makes that a hard environment for you to really establish a meaningful relationship.
Have you no heart, Paul?
They said one thing about I think one thing about Detroit, I think they all spent a lot of time talking on the phone.
People like each other, man. People start to like each other.
Okay.
And then, like, if you realize that the person you like don't like you, it just makes you human, man. Like, you seen it at the game y'all played, at the Truth or Dare game.
Right.
Y'all played. Like, you saw it. It happened, man. And that was what the first week, right?
No, that was like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks in.
One day we need to go back and rewatch y'all episode. We need to do it on the live though.
Yeah, I have an idea for that. I have a what do you call it? Like a behind the scenes commentary where we bring folks back and be like, what was really going on here?
Right.
Yeah.
Paul, why were you on your season? I have no idea. I have no idea why I was there.
Come on, Paul. We know. We know. We know that there was people you liked, Paul. Come on.
Who did Paul like? Who you like, Paul?
Let's see if he gonna say it.
I don't know what he talking about.
Who you like? Carmen? Was Carmen on your season? Was it Carmen?
Yeah. Well, Carmen, Carmen, Joy.
Who'd you like, Paul?
Let me see your face.
I don't know what he talking about.
It wasn't Dakia. You like who you like? I'm trying to think. It wasn't Dakia. Who else was on that season?
Yeah,
that Paul could have liked. Who y'all think? Y'all know Paul? Who? Tina? I hope you didn't like Tina. Yo, wait, why both of the Christinas act exactly the same?
Exactly. And emotionally involved, but still want to have a social media back and forth. Come on.
Hey, listen, I ain't started. I just ended it, bro. You know?
Okay.
Somebody said 4 hours is not in their schedule for a chit chat. You know what? I really think that we would do so much better if people went back to phone conversations. So I'm like that's one thing that I really think that I saw when I went to Detroit that I liked about Detroit was that they were still kind of old school with it. So I love the fact that they sat down on the phone and they were talking and stuff like that. Like I'm just, I'm a hopeless romantic. I just love that old school type love. This new shit that y'all doing out here is just crazy. It's a whole lot of sexing and no commitment, no intimacy, no real love, no nothing. It's a lot of trauma bonding and fucking,
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of smooching though. That's the thing. This is the most smoochingest season I ever saw in my life. It's like everybody like fighting for a kiss. Oh, I get a kiss. Oh, I got a kiss.
Yeah, I like it. I
hate
like
that
it.
shit.
You hate everything. You hate absolutely everything.
Since you mentioned it, Lex, do you think anybody has reached the smashing part of the relationship yet?
Let me think. To be honest, right now, no. But if anybody did smash or come close to it, maybe a dry grind, would probably Dominique and Bello.
Yeah.
And that's probably like after everybody left the house and he stayed behind, like, let me help you clean up, something like that. Maybe, I don't really know.
No,
but
we bring this up a lot. Not to cut you off, Lex. No, we bring this up a lot because I mentioned we try to find the turning point in the relationship, and that's normally when the emotions start to get involved and people start claiming and start to feel like you owe them something because you smashed.
Right. To be honest with you, I don't think Detroit even had to do that. I think they were already connected because, like I told you, it's just the vibe that they gave off. Like, I don't know. I don't even think they had to get to the point where they had sex. I think it would have gotten bad. It would have turned into Dallas if they had already started having sex. Like, people would have started yelling at each other, and it would have already have been cat fights and all of that other stuff if they had really started sexing. But if and somebody asked me what a dry grind is, you know what the dry grind is when you was a kid before you had sex. You keep your clothes on and y'all be like humping each other, humping. Oh, I think Americans call it humping. Yeah, humping. The little, I don't know. Catch a girl, get a girl or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
Old school.
I go. Yeah.
I'll say this though. I think that Bello and
I'm gonna use Lauren's words.
And Dominique are going to probably hit it off pretty good. But at the end of the day, I also think that there's going to be a turning point within that relationship, and he's going to do something, that she's not going to like. Now, that said, I'm rooting for you, Bello. I hope it works out for you. But I just got the vibe that, there's something sneakily coming up.
Do y'all think Dominique knows about Bello's child?
No, I don't think so. But I think that's the other thing. I think that's going to get cooked up in the ladies' lounge, or at one point where somebody's going to say, "Well, he told me he had a 1-year-old child from a one-night stand." Oh, wait, what? And then that's going to go down that rabbit hole, and somebody's going to be investigator and all that other stuff, and then and it may even come up. Think about this. Maybe that happens, during the Meet the X, because they didn't show him in a preview of that, did they?
They did. They showed his ex.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah. I have I took screen grabs of all the exes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, so maybe that comes up afterwards or whatever in the lounge.
Uh-huh.
Tommy's gonna be like, so hey, tell me what y'all thought about the girls or whatever.
Yeah, this was Bello's.
This ex, she looked like she still got feelings.
Yes, she do. Her whole energy was like,
yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they pull like you remember that dude from Miami, the LG, where he brought the ex and he had just had sex with her last week? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that come out. Like, we was just on the trip. Like, what? I was just babysitting this kid. Like, something crazy.
Do y'all think they're in all black by design?
They might be on like a that's crazy. Might have been something formal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll see.
All right. So we good? How we feeling?
Yeah, I mean,
excited.
I'll say this, man. This ain't the dumpster fire that Philly was. No disrespect to my Philly people, but the production and everything else really just made it not a savory season.
Yeah, Lauren said buckle up.
I had to buckle on. Let's see what it do.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, I am happy with Detroit. Either way you take it, even though they kind of stressing me out in the group, I am I'm happy with Detroit. Yeah. I think that they redeemed themselves after a couple of shit shows. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Philly was the worst season, but before Philly there was Fort Worth, and that was some bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? And then Dallas wasn't much better, so it just kept going downhill. Like, it was like Dallas, Fort Worth, Philly. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. They redeemed themselves. They casted this very well. I'm cool with it. I enjoyed it.
Let me answer that question real quick, Ty. with regards to the wardrobe. I think that the guys, have definitely, stepped up in wardrobe, and it just seems like, over time, I don't know. Maybe it's the Detroit area. That's how they get down or whatever. Everybody, kind of brought their thing, and I feel like they might have been a little bit more lax in terms of character creation with production, because they're the ones that approved the outfits. But I mean, everybody looked good. So
Yeah, and I think that we need to understand it is a different place. You know what I mean? The Midwest, they had their own style, own things that's going on over there. And I knew that from a long time ago, like years ago. They used to do like hair shows and stuff. I think I spoke on it before. So Detroit has always been a different type place, and I'm for it. Like, we have to understand everybody is not gonna be like us. We don't have to, like, to me, I feel like that's boring if everybody has the same style and the same look and everything is the same. I hate that cookie cutter shit. All the girls wearing white nail polish. Like, are you fucking crazy? Like, what type of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? Where's your individuality? Where is your own creativity and your own personality? You know what I mean? So I'm for it. Like, I like it. I mean, it looks crazy to us, but we have to remember, like, that could be it for them,
Yeah.
So, and just like, I ain't gonna lie, sorry, but when I saw Philly, I was shocked at the people they found for Philly, because Philly looks way different if you driving through the street. Like, you see all the Muslim guys with the big beards and they pants rolled up and stuff like that. I thought you was gonna get a lot of that, and you didn't. So I was actually surprised at the people that they casted for Philly. So I would have to shout them out for that part, because I was scared.
yeah, Philly did. They came up with a decent group of people. You know what I mean? As far as the men, I was with you. I thought I was going to see a whole bunch of freeways out there.
Exactly.
And Beanie Seagulls.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was scared. So yeah.
Right.
It was definitely. But somebody asked me a quick question. How are they stressing me out in the group? Baby, listen. I'm trying to think what season actually stressed me out the worst, but it might be this one. It might be this, and this one not even over yet. But if you in the group, you got Darius in there. You have a woman that is claiming to be his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or something like that. Ashley has now entered into the chat. So after I get off here, I gotta talk to Ashley, because it's just been getting messy, and God knows what's been happening for the 2 hours that I've been on here. But yeah, it's something like the lady is saying that, and I can't even pick sides. I've been talking to both of them. It is like right now, I just want to exit out the group chat. I was trying to mediate and I was trying to come to some sort of compromise or whatever, but it's way deeper. It's a lot, But then now you got, and I think what's happening too is that I think she was friends with him or talked to him or dated him right up until he got on the show. Because she's saying, like, he didn't even tell me he was going on the show, and then boom, he's on the show. So I think what happened is, like, the relationship might overlap like this. So I think, like, the one coat that he was wearing that Ashley ended up wearing, she purchased the coat. Like, she got the receipt for the coat. So I think what's happening is that now she's watching the show back, even though it's been time. She's getting triggered because it's like, wait, that's my fucking coat. That's my fucking car. Like, that's my, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy that that's happening. If it's her stuff, she do have the pictures for it. She got pictures and she got receipts. He says it's not like that. So I don't really know, but I am trying to work it out somehow, some way, so we don't have so much contention in the group.
You know how you work it out? Stay the
How's
hell
that?
out of it and let them do what they do. Let them duke it out on their own.
I was doing that, and then it's kind of like, well, you want to let that be in the group, and then I was oh my goodness, his fan club. Listen, this man got a fan club where all these chicks was hitting my DMs, because I didn't really see the lady's comments, right? Because she never made a post about it. And that's one thing. Most people, when they want to hurt you, they want to drag you, they'll make a post and it'll be real big and stuff and all of that stuff. She didn't do that. Somebody in the comments said something, she replied, and then it started blowing up in the comments. So I didn't get to see it. because I don't read all the comments, but because of that, now you got the fan club that's hitting me up. Do you see this? Do you see that? And I'm just like, yo, what is happening? So, and what, you're right. I probably should get out of it, but I did think that I could help because I thought it was something small. Like I thought it was just a coat, and I thought it, but it's a lot of history there. So yes, I am definitely going to back myself out of it.
There you go. Best way to do it. All right.
I think it's been good. What a good ass night.
Yeah.
We had a good ass night, y'all. Y'all want to close out?
Wait, real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna just say this real quick. I don't even understand how they interviewing already.
I think,
and I ain't talking about the news. I'm talking about like with the regular, Crystal XO had an interview with Bello. Apparently, everybody. How they interviewing already? What production? What's happening?
I think the paperwork might be different. I think, in the interest of the show to get more word out about it, they might be letting them interview now.
Yeah.
I don't like it. How you interviewing before the show is out? You already telling on stuff. And then don't get me wrong, I haven't heard any spoilers come out. So no spoilers are out. But you can still tell by time they talk about somebody or whatever, you kind of can see that, hey, they didn't make it to the end. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, what are we talking about here? What's that? Who's that? Like they can't wait to tell everything. Yeah. And then they doing these recaps. And the recaps, I ain't gonna lie, to me, they just as bad. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, why not just follow the order? Like, at first I thought it was cool, but then everybody got a recap. So it's just like, y'all all talking. Like, didn't nobody go home together? Like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it would be crazy. I don't know. Whatever. It's just me.
Yeah. We had to wait till we were eliminated, and then we couldn't mention anything that wasn't seen already.
Yep.
But the way my brain works, I could figure this shit out. As long as they just keep talking, I'll figure it out.
That part.
Anything else, Lex?
Nah, I'm good. I had fun with you guys. Listen, I'm with it. It's been a great night, Paul. I'm so happy to see you back, and I know the people are too.
Yeah, for sure. Good to have you back, Paul.
Yeah, thanks for the warm welcome, y'all. Really appreciate that.
Paul, you good? You want to close out?
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. PO 100 sightings on IG. Visit me at ptaylorlux.com. Yada yada yada. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. That's it. See you all next Tuesday, y'all.
Have a good night, y'all. Be blessed.